Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Celeste Amaya. I am an internal medicine physician, integrative, and I'm here to make my first YouTube video. I've had a lot of patients ask me whether or not I would start a YouTube channel, and I've been postponing that. So I decided, well, I'll be brave, and this will be my first one. Just a little background. I was trained traditionally, educated traditionally in Philadelphia, and practiced for 22 years in the desert of California. And so over the years, I started having patients who had seen everyone, basically had chronic illnesses, chronic symptoms, whether it be chronic pain, depression, anxiety, and all the tests were run. They were on multiple medications. Nobody could do anything for them. They then sought me out, and I decided to start doing my own education and found that much of their disease processes were indeed due to unmanaged stress or ineffective management of anxiety. So I started applying techniques based on EFT, based on tapping, incorporated that into the practice. Some of them along with their medications, some of them wish to decrease the dosages or eventually get off of the medications. But either way, it's been extremely effective and successful. I work with the patients in the office as well as teach them how to do it at home. And I always tell the patients, if you do it at home, it makes your visit with me that much stronger. And so I'm going to go ahead and go through just a brief tutorial. This would be sort of a guided meditation using a little bit of meridian therapy, which is, as I said earlier, based on EFT tapping. So if you guys are ready, find a comfortable place. It could be a comfortable chair, it could be a comfortable love seat, sofa, and just make sure you don't sit leaning or lying down. Don't lean on a pillow, because that could make you too comfortable and you might actually fall asleep. So as soon as you find somewhere comfortable, you can hit pause and start it when you're ready. And so without further delay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the basic 7 points. They're called meridian endpoints. Meridians are basically, I call them channels, tubules, highways, however you want to call them, and they run throughout the body. It's what acupuncturists use to put needles in them. So look at that as rivers that run down through your body, and we don't use needles. I use just the fingertips, very light, repetitive pressure, aka light tapping. And we tap the areas that are called endpoints. So imagine if the rivers came together and formed a lake or a pond. These are the areas. There are many, many areas that form endpoints, but we usually use the main 7, at least I do, and it's been highly effective. And again, you can do this on your own at home. It just makes your visit to your healthcare practitioner, who happens, if they happen to do this, it just makes your visit more effective, and it makes it stronger. The meridian points correspond to really electrical release. If you stimulate the meridian points, the electrical stimulation or release of energy, however you want to call this, energy medicine, is that it travels through the midbrain, which is right in here. The amygdala is housed within the midbrain, and it's where all the emotions are stored, traumatic emotions, memories. And somehow the way I've explained it to people is that when you stimulate certain meridian points, it tends to open up that area into a suggestible, a highly suggestible frame of mind. So in order to get started, what I'm going to do is just show you the basic points that we use and how to tap and the frequency of the tapping. Many people ask me, how fast do I do it? I tell them it's whatever's comfortable to you. They ask me how long. It's just really probably, I would say, about 10 seconds, plus or minus. So hopefully this demonstration, if you want to just watch it first, that's okay, and then go back and replay it and actually do it with your eyes closed. Normally I ask you to close your eyes, and as you close your eyes gently, I normally go through a few cycles of deep breathing, and what you do is you would breathe in through your nose and basically take about 5 to 7 seconds to thoroughly breathe in slowly, track that breath from the chest into the belly, feel the belly expand. The reason for the slow breath is that it allows the body to relax. When the body's relaxed, cortisol levels come down. Cortisol, as you know, is a stress hormone that is produced by the adrenal glands. Cortisol levels, when they're high, it basically signifies the fight or flight. So inflammation goes up, heart rate goes up, blood pressure goes up, and so on. And that's why it's called a stress hormone. When you slow the breathing down, the mind slows with it. And when the mind slows, there is a feedback loop where the mind communicates with the body then communicates with the mind that everything is okay. A lot of times, when people are panicking, people are worried, or they're scared, fearful, the breath becomes very shallow. You begin to pant, and so you don't get enough oxygen into the brain. So we start out with deep breathing very slowly. And when you track the breath down into the belly, feel the belly expand. And you inhale until you can't inhale anymore, and then you release through the mouth like a sigh. You can vocalize if you want to. It's a very relaxed, very slow exhale. So you would breathe in, and you would do this about 3 times. And after the breathing, we will begin, and I usually start with the blade of the hand. The first meridian endpoint I use as the first one. Sometimes I'll use the chest point, but it's right in here. It's called the karate chop. It's on both sides. So you would take, let's say this is my right hand, you will take this and just lightly tap here. You could use the palm, but usually you could use the fingers, the flat parts of the fingers, and basically this is the frequency. So you'll tap very lightly, and then you would switch over. Very gentle, very light. The second one I usually do is the chest point. They also call it the collarbone point. And basically you can feel the collarbone right in here. You can feel the dip. So the chest point actually spans under the collarbone, this entire area here. These are the breasts, so that's too far. So basically here's your breastbone. You would just go here and all the way around. So you could do one of 2 things. You could just tap with both hands together. You could do one at a time and switch off. If you tap together, you could also span the entire area here. So where the notch is right in here, you can access the notch, move in a circle, reach the breastbone, and actually move in a circle. You can move in the opposite way if you want. You can move towards the center and back, towards the center and back. It's this entire area here is a very wide berth. So you would just basically, I'll just go ahead and demonstrate in a circular motion, so I actually access the entire chest point, like so. Now then the eyebrow point is right in here, and these are all bony structures. So the brow point is here, bone. Here's your forehead. Here's where the eyebrow ends, right in here. You would do it right in here. You could do 2, you could do 3 fingers. And you would just very lightly tap like so, applying repetitive soft pressure. Corner of the eye is right in here. Be careful not to hit the soft part of the temple. It's the bone. It's the bony eye socket. So you would use 2 fingers, 3 fingers, whatever's most comfortable, and just gently tap here. It is on both sides, okay, both sides. You can do one at a time, okay, switch off. You could do both of them at the same time. Corner of the eye, one side, you can switch off, or both at the same time. Under the eye, again, it's not the eyeball, but you can feel the cheekbone. It's basically the cheekbone forms the bottom part of the eye socket. Remember, it's bony material. So both sides right in here. You can do one at a time, switch off, or at the same time. Since you have access to both fingers, you could do all three, do two. Under the nose is where you grow your mustache, and you could just do 2 or 3 fingers, whichever is comfortable. Under the lower lip, where the men grow the soul patch, there's a little dip right in here. You could use 2 fingers. You could use 3. Whatever's comfortable for you. And then what you have now is the side. So comfortably take one hand, opposite shoulder. It leaves the rib cage open, which is right underneath the armpit, and you just wrap this arm around like you're giving yourself a hug, and just gently, like so. Very comfortable. Now when you switch off, take this other hand, rest it on the shoulder, and you could always, just kind of lean this way if you want. The other hand underneath, and just basically hug yourself. It's very comfortable. You could do the underarm at the same time, which is the way I teach the kids, and they have a lot of fun with it. They call it like the monkey move, which is it's awkward for adults, but you would just do this. So they normally just make monkey sounds, but usually the most comfortable for adults, one at a time. Okay. And then lastly, there's the top of the head, which is the crown right in here. Not too much far back, not at the side, but right in here, not the forehead. So you can tap gently here. I've seen people do it like this. You can do one. You can do this way. Either way, whatever's comfortable, is just gently tap. Now, as an aside, some of the Qigong access to meridians, they use a little bit of pounding. It's a very light fist pounding. Sometimes I incorporate that. I'll just demonstrate it a few seconds. But along the meridians, they actually will just go up and down very lightly with their fists. They extend out from the dip. They'll pat or pound with a, light, very light with a fist or with the hands, going all the way up here where you feel tension, and they'll actually kind of slap it here, pound it here, slap it here. And then they'll extend out the arms sometimes and go down. This is called the yang, which is in the open, and the yin is in the inner. And basically you would just pat gently. And then the other side is the same, the dip, all the way up here, where a lot of the tension in this muscle is harbored and stays there. And again, extend out the arm, the outside, turn, and then again. Okay, and then you just come back to the center and you do this. Or, this is probably a little bit more gentle, but you can, if you just stop for a moment, you can actually feel the vibration going down both arms. And that's basically the electrical energy has been released from your meridian channels. The meridian channels, by the way, you can see them on, I think it's electron microscopy scans. All you have to do is just Google it. Just Google images of meridian channels, and it's very interesting photos and images that you can see. Nobody really knows what their purpose really is. They don't seem to carry blood. They don't seem to carry any fluids. Sometimes there's like a straggler, a red blood cell that's in there, but it's really where electrical energy, it's believed, energy from the body flows throughout. And so it is believed that sometimes disease and symptoms of disease occur because within the body there is stuck energy. And certainly when you start learning Qigong, they talk about how illness sometimes comes from, and how we normally don't feel well. It might come from stuck energy, and those are the ways you would release it. But meridian therapy is one way of very effectively and very easily, very painlessly removes anything stuck, removes a lot of the tension, relaxes the body. And when the body is relaxed, that's when it heals you the quickest and the most effective. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and lead you through a very brief guided meditation. So I'm going to have you guys just close your eyes gently. And as you close your eyes, I'm going to have you take a very slow, deep breath in through your nose and let it out. And visualize all the heaviness coming out. Breathe in again. Let it out. One more time. Breathe in, let it out. And now just breathe very gently and begin tapping the hand point as I begin to speak. We ask that the mind, body, and spirit come together, make a connection today, allowing us to remember that we're connected not only to ourselves, but to everyone and everything all around us. We switch now to the chest point and gently tap the chest point. Through the connection, we are never alone. And it is through the connection that we are free. Allow all heaviness to be released, all burdens to be released. Allow all disease, illness, and sickness to be released at this time as we surrender to the moment, surrender to the present time, and be okay with everything. Switch the tapping point to the eyebrow near the nose and gently tap here. As I release all that is heavy, as I release all the burdens, as I surrender to this moment and allow everything to be okay in this moment, I release not only my burdens and heaviness, but I realize that I am love, I am joy, I am peace, I am light. Switch now to the corner of the eye. Again, don't reach back into the soft temple area. It's the bony area here. Gently tap here. I ask myself, why am I so lucky and so healthy that I didn't notice before? Why am I so strong and heal so quickly that I didn't notice before? Switch now to the bottom of the eye and gently tap here. Why is my life so incredible that I didn't notice before? Why is everything so magical all around me and the days go so smoothly for me that I didn't notice before? Switch the tapping position to under the nose where you grow the mustache and gently tap here as I speak. I allow my body to relax, to heal, and to restore into a balanced state. Switch now to under the lower lip and gently tap here. As I allow my mind to wander and free itself, I ask that my mind release things that no longer serve me, as I ask my body to release everything that no longer serves my body. I will now have you switch to the side and gently tap here. As I begin to release all burdens and heaviness from my mind, from my body, I release all expectations, I release all judgment, I release all labels, reactions, and emotions in this moment. I accept the present time, and I am grateful. Switch to the other side and gently tap the side here. I am grateful for my breath as I observe my breathing. I am grateful for my heartbeat as I observe my heart. I allow my heart to expand and feel the warmth that flows throughout my body. I am grateful for everything and grateful for nothing at all. I am just grateful for being grateful. Now switch to the top of the head and gently tap here. As I allow my mind, body, and spirit to make that connection, I allow my body to be light and to remain light. I allow myself to realize that everything that I chase outside of me is within me, that all I need to do is open the door inward, and I will feel my own light, feel my own love, joy, and peace come through and flow through me. Now return back to the chest point here and gently tap here. And again, you can maintain one location. You can move in a circle, whatever's comfortable for you. As I breathe into the space of the present moment, I allow my body to relax. I relax my head, I relax my eyes and my face. As I go down my body, I relax my nose, my chin, my neck. I relax the muscles of my throat. I relax both shoulders, arms, and hands. I relax my chest. I relax my belly. I relax all organs, cells, tissues, bones, and joints. I release all tension throughout my body. I release all pressure throughout my body. I allow my body to rest. I allow my body to heal. And as I go further down, I relax both thighs, knees, lower legs, feet, and toes. As my body goes into a deep, relaxed state, I allow my body to heal. I allow my body to restore, allowing my body to regenerate and to come together in a balanced state, fully aligned and unified. Go back now to the hand point and gently tap the blade here. I will allow my body to continue to heal, continue to remain light throughout the days, weeks, months, and years as time goes on. Every day, my body will heal stronger and faster. Every day, my body will be lighter, and I will feel the joy, the peace, the love, and the light as my body rises, as my body becomes more vibrant, as my body becomes more resilient. Return now to the chest point. Breathe in through your nose. Let it out. Breathe in again. Track all that brightness into all the cells and track that breath into the belly. Expand the belly. Let it out. One more time. Breathe in. Let it out. Leave your eyes closed. Gently relax your hands onto your lap. I will give a count from 10 to 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very gently, very slowly, open both eyes and just simply stare in front of you in a relaxed way. Allow the energies to settle down. If you feel a very mild, a very fine vibration or tingling, that's normal. If you feel a warmth that flows through your body, that is normal as well. Most of the patients feel warm as this is done. And it's because the energy, which is electrical for us, the energy is being released from all the meridians. This method basically unblocks all the meridian channels and allows the energy to flow very freely through the body. Well, that's it for today. I know it's a little bit long today, but I will go through on the next video, review the points again, but feel free to repeat this and play it again. Most of the patients will use this early in the morning as soon as they get up. You could also feel free to use it before bedtime so that it relaxes you and allows you to get some really nice, restful, deep sleep. I've also been asked by a lot of people if they should sit up, and all of a sudden when they do it, what happens if they doze off and they fall asleep? There's a term called meditative sleep. It's called medi-sleep, and that's actually going from meditation into a sleeping mode, but you're not really in deep sleep. You can be woken up. But it's a very restful sleep when you go to sleep that way. So don't worry about it initially. If you have problems staying awake, it's okay. You're still going to get the benefits from this. If you should fall asleep in a few minutes, when you wake up, just resume at the place where you stopped, and just keep going, just keep trying. Don't get frustrated. It takes practice. This is like anything else. I always tell people I use this as part of the pre-meditative, pre-sitting technique to go into meditation, and I basically encourage everyone just to practice. This is like practicing any instrument, learning a new language. I've often used the analogy, I could teach you how to play the piano, to read the notes, but if you want to play Mozart, Chopin, Schumann, Rachmaninoff, you have to practice, and it's a daily thing. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for another video next week. Bye. Thank you. Oh, and check out, please, if you have time, check out my weekly newsletter over at substack.com, and that's substack.com. Just look up my last name, Amaya, A as in Mary, AYA. First name is Celeste, CELESTE. Anyway, well, thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.